This week's gospel is another hard-hitting teaching by Jesus on the cost of discipleship, what it costs to actually follow him. I think oftentimes we don't really think about being a practicing Catholic Christian as something that costs us, right? Unless you're, in a very anti-Catholic setting at school, at work, in your neighborhood, whatever, you probably don't think of the cost. But this week Jesus tells us it costs us something, right? You can't follow him without, the words he uses are hating your family. Now, he doesn't mean you have to actually hate your family, right? If you got a family, that's your vocation. That's where your primary way of encountering God is in and through your spouse, your children, your parents, right? So what does he mean by hating? He means you have to be able to put God first in your life, then your family, and then everybody else. All right, we don't want to dig into the semantics of it, but it's a Jewish idiom. Hating something is putting it beneath something else, right? So Jesus is not talking about despising your family, but he's talking about having the right priority. Is God more important to you than your family? Because he should be. And then he gives this couple of illustrations, right, about various human scenarios where we plan ahead and think about, do I have the resources and the wherewithal to do this thing? Because if I don't, maybe I shouldn't do it yet. And the implication there is, our life of discipleship and following Jesus, have we thought about, am I up to the challenge of actually living the gospel in my life in this world? Have I counted the cost? Am I willing to put God first in my life despite whatever it might cost me? And so that's our challenge this week, to think about, have you counted the cost of discipleship? And is God that first priority in your life? Because if he's not, everything else is going to be out of line.